There is that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PowerPoint Karaoke! Put your hands together for your host with the most, Sharon Stiteler!
Hello, and welcome to PowerPoint Karaoke, where I hope we do not have any singing tonight. No, this is not a show where people are going to be up here judging what people sound like when they sing from their heart. No, this is a show where people have to give a presentation based on slides that they've never seen that make absolutely no sense even to the hardest Dungeons & Dragons fan. So welcome. Our contestants tonight will be judged. And then also, we've added a special element to this. Each one of our contestants are going to draw a name from the audience. Perhaps you filled out a suggestion card. If your contestant wins with your name and suggestion, you win official honey from Neil Gaiman and Sharon Stiteler. This particular honey, I can tell you, won the County Fair Blue Ribbon in 2010, and also froze solid in a bucket and had to be thawed out in Neil Gaiman's sauna, so you might get some essence of Gaiman in there too. If you're some kind of, geek fan, that's going to really trip your trigger. All right, let's welcome our judges to the stage. Tonight we have Bill Stiteler and Joseph Scrimshaw. All right, Bill Stiteler is most notable for sleeping with me, as well as writing the movie Thaco and being one half of the founding members of Council of Doom Theater. Mr. Stiteler, do you have anything to plug besides my sexual ability?
I don't know if I can plug that. Let's see, upcoming Theater Arlo is going to the Montreal Fringe Festival in June, so if you all want to go to Montreal. And then next we're doing PowerPoint Karaoke next month.
Now, Joseph may be hard to recognize here because he looks relatively happy, but he has a show coming up here at the Bryant Lake Bowl called the Sad Vampire Comedy Hour, and you most recently were on Wits on Minnesota Public Radio.
Yes.
Do you have anything beyond that you would like to plug,
It
Mr.
was a lot of
Scrimshaw?
fun. Well, I would like everyone here to come to Sad Vampire Comedy Hour. It opens Friday, April 13th. It's a show in which I play a sad vampire doing stand-up. And I'm going to try to do that for as long as I can personally stand to do it. And then we'll see what else happens during the show.
Will you sparkle?
I think in my eyes, yes. Glitter body paint, it's out there. Only my nipples will sparkle, yes.
All right. Bill and Joseph tonight are going to look at our contestants as they give their presentation, and they are going to judge them. So let's go over the rules of what our presenters have to get through with PowerPoint Karaoke. The rules: each contestant will be given 12 slides, and they have 6 minutes to get through each of those slides. Now, we won't laugh at them too much if they don't get through all the slides in 6 minutes, but we can laugh a little bit. Each contestant will be given 5 points for each of the following categories for a total of 25 points. Content and credibility, for a slideshow they haven't seen. Poise and gestures. Flow. Audience response, so respond to the one that you like best, and quite frankly, getting through all the slides. And tonight, presenting all of our slides is Melissa Kaercher, who has put together the slideshow of terror for all of our guests. So, tonight, let's get it started with our first contestant. He also has a show coming up here called Steampunk Delusions. Perhaps you've seen him at Huge Theater. He's been in a Stiteler video about zombies. Let's welcome to the stage, Kelvin Hatle! My, Mr. Hatle, you're looking very professional tonight.
I try.
All right. So do you have anything that you would like to add about Steampunk Delusions?
It's 2 shows in one. I'm in the second one of the 2, which is called To Mars with Tesla. And it's a silent comedy about the rivalry between Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla.
That sounds very exciting. All right. Kelvin, are you ready to pick the audience member who will be riding all their hopes and dreams on this show for you?
Ready as I'll ever be, yes. I got Leanne.
All right. And what is Leanne? Leanne's suggestion?
Wow. Banana sales in the U.S. are really just a front for tarantula smuggling.
All right, Kelvin, you have an important decision right now. You can go with Leanne's suggestion. You can choose to ignore it, but still carry her hopes.
If you ignore it, I will give you no points for it.
So already you have one of the judges' judgment there.
Oh, lovely. I'll go ahead and keep it.
All right, you're caving to audience pressure.
Yes.
Here we have Kelvin Hatle and his topic.
Now, I'm sure a lot of you people out there like to eat bananas. But there's something you have got to be made aware of. I mean, I love bananas too. You love bananas. Why would you eat something you didn't love? You know, you have to find something in life that you love. But there are certain aspects about the banana industry that I don't think you're aware of. One thing, where do they grow bananas? Does anyone have any idea? There, you know, some Latin America place somewhere down south. I don't know. But you know what they have there? You know what they got there? Bugs. Big, hairy, scary, venomous bugs. And you're going to have to make love to a lot of doctors to cover all the medical expenses you would have from dealing with these big, hairy, venomous bugs that you're going to find in your bananas. Next slide, please. What I'm specifically concerned about is, of course, the venom of the tarantula. I don't think people are aware of just how venomous a tarantula is. It can literally make your face turn upside down. Look at Uma Thurman. I mean, look at her. Fabulous actress, gorgeous, now a hideous freak because of tarantulas. And you know why? Because she dared to buy a pound of bananas at her local Whole Foods for 75 cents a pound. And now her career's over. You think about that. Next slide, please. It's honestly pretty funny. You know, just the effects of tarantula venom are just not very well understood. We think, like, all we pretty much care about with tarantulas is like, well, what are they going to bite me? You know, what if they bite me? Am I going to get sick? Am I going to die? We don't ever think about the poor ferrets. And tarantula venom has the strangest effect on ferrets. For one thing, they're no longer content to eat their normal little ferret foods. Nope, they gotta have ham. Virginia honey smoked ham by the bucketful. And the only thing that calms them down is disco music, and I don't think we need to explain to you how irritating it can be. To have a crate full of shrieking ferrets, and then you gotta layer, you know, the Tramps on top of that. Or the Bee Gees. They're not particular, just anything. But no, this is why. This is why. This is why. You have got to stop buying bananas because we cannot have these tarantulas entering America. Next slide, please. Mutations. Imagine getting bitten by a tarantula. Your limbs fall off. You grow to enormous size. You start crawling through the ground. You're eating bounty hunters. Your water becomes poisonous to you and you inject something called spice, which apparently helps people travel through time and space. I don't know. You start attacking little small towns in Nevada. I'm going to skip the Beetlejuice one because I think that's self-explanatory. But you do not, seriously, you do not want to know what tarantula venom is doing to the people and the children of this country. Stop buying bananas. Next slide, please. One weird positive effect, though, is that you get really good at Arkanoid. And Breakout, and all those games where you just have the one paddle and the one ball. For some reason, your reflexes get very, very good. But it's not worth it, people. It's not worth it. It's not worth the pain and the death and the mutation. Next slide. If you do happen, God forbid, to buy some bananas, and there's a tarantula in it, and you do get bit, your only hope is plenty of cheap tequila. I mean the cheapest rot gut tequila you can find. You don't want the Cuervo. You know, you don't want the Cabo Wabo. You need the cheap, horrible tequila, because only that is going to burn the venom out of your body. It will anesthetize you. And if you still mutate, oh well. You know, at least you're going to be drunk enough that you're not going to care. Next slide. When are you going to see the truth? It's staring right at you. With its creepy, unnatural eyes. The unnatural eyes of the tarantula looking at you. Hi, I'm hiding in your bananas. I'm going to bite you, and you're going to be in such pain that you're going to dive down into the depths. Under the polar ice cap. Down to crushed depth. And your soul will be crushed. Your life. Everything. Gone. Gone! Please stop buying bananas. It's not worth it. Take potassium supplements. You don't have to eat bananas. Next slide.
Time.
So close, Mr. Hatle. You made it through 7 of the 12 slides. Judges, what kind of preliminary judgment would you like to lay on Mr. Hatle?
Well, I thought there were a lot of interesting things going on. In particular, there was one moment where he was overcome with emotion looking at a slide, and we could tell from my perspective that he was bent over in laughter, but he was basically mooning the audience, and I can't decide whether that's a positive or negative thing.
Positive for me.
Yeah, I have to agree with Joe. I think you took, so often people intellectualize the topic of tarantulas sneaking into the country. And I think you brought a fresh perspective to it by, really digging in deep emotionally. And it's true when you said we don't think about the ferrets. I could hear the Sarah McLachlan music playing in the background. So very good emotional energy. I think
it's still illegal to own them in some states.
Sarah McLachlan?
Yeah, and ferrets.
I also enjoyed your flow. You had a unique delivery that I haven't heard. That was, it was sort of like Shatner, but more pedantic. So I felt like I was seeing Shatner as a high school vice principal. And it was a really good thing.
Oh God, I'd watch that.
That's pretty close to my actual method.
All right, well, thank you very much, and let's give a warm welcome applause to Kelvin! Well, our next contestant, you may recognize from some commercials about eggs or the Mall of America. Perhaps you've been to Convergence, the biggest science fiction convention in town. She is the voice of Connie, and she will also be appearing in Steampunk Delusions. Let's welcome to the stage the gorgeous Dawn Krosnowski. Isn't that dress fantastic?
My mom told me it looks nice on me.
Well, that's what counts. Yeah. So, Dawn, will you be appearing with Kelvin at Steampunk Delusions, or are you going anti-Kelvin at Steampunk Delusions?
I'm finally free from Kelvin. Until tonight, but yeah. No, unfortunately, Kelvin and I won't be on the same stage. Well, we're on the same stage, but at different times. It's like it's a time difference thing.
So, really, you're setting the standard as to whether or not people are going to stay for his half of the show.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yes,
I
now.
can have this.
Wait a minute.
No.
Oh, crap.
No. Really?
Yes.
Stacking the deck.
Which one do I have to do? Can I do that one?
You can do whichever. You can do that one or none of them.
Well, I want to do one of them. I'm gonna do where babies really come from.
And which audience member is that?
That one down
with the
over
baby?
there. Yeah, the one with the baby. Oh God, my name is so big. It's kind of cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, where babies really come from. We all sat through that class, you know, in middle school when we had no idea what the heck was going on because those drawings were so really confusing. But now I'm going to tell you exactly where babies come from. And first of all, it's all about the proper dress code. So now everybody thinks that babies come from physical contact with someone else, like a boy or a girl. No, it's all about what you're wearing. If you'll notice, I am covered from neck to just about my knee, because I don't want to get pregnant. See, okay, again, let's look at these people and how they are not going to get pregnant, because I know, everyone thinks only girls can get pregnant. No. Guys can get preggo too, because look at this, getting your message out, let me touch him. No, see, neck to just above the knee. These guys are not getting pregnant today. And then, of course, let's talk about animal reproduction, because this isn't just about humans, right? No, this is also how to spay and neuter your animal. That is a myth to make veterinarians money. It's true. So what you don't have to get your cat spayed or neutered, or your dogs either. See, which of the three is not going to get pregnant today? Is it cat on the top, cat in the middle, or cat on the bottom? Ladies and gentlemen? Cat in the middle.
Cat in the middle, exact. Oh, good. We're getting the message across. Good. Okay, see, look at this. See, Maru, which everybody knows and loves, he's right on top. He's a little hoe. He is everybody pregnant, and he can even do it over the internet. So keep neck to above the knee when you're looking at Maru. Okay. Keyboard cat, everybody loves keyboard cat. Has anyone seen any other keyboard cats like this keyboard cat? No, because he's not getting anyone pregnant. This one's getting everybody pregnant right now. You all better be covered, because you're gonna have kitty babies. And explain that to your family. Did you know that even crop circles can get you pregnant? It's true. See, fortunately, the artist here stopped it right at the elbow. Nobody's getting pregnant today. Oh my God. Sudoku and you. Like I said, this is not just totally restricted to the human race. Animals, cats, dogs, everything. Ducks. Do you know when those ducks are waddling around your yard? And they're like, oh, look it, aren't we cute? We're naked. We are cross-pollinating with the world. That's what those ducks are doing. So, to keep your ducks, does anyone here have ducks? Oh yeah, I expected you all to have ducks. Okay. To
keep your ducks from getting pregnant, you have to separate them in these convenient boxes. By boxing up, I call them bento boxes. This will keep your ducks from cross-pollinating and getting each other pregnant and getting your couch pregnant. You don't want your couch pregnant, especially with duck babies. It's horrible. You know how I said neck to above the knee? This works on most species, particularly humans, right? Cats as well. Dogs just need to keep their ears covered. If their ears are covered, nothing else will get pregnant. So dogs through the ears, humans through the torso, right? Cats through the entire body can get everything pregnant. So what's so incredibly important about this, though, is this type of birth control for dogs is very mobile. You can do this like all through town. And there's some great morality here too, because again, you're not snippy, snippy, cutty, cutty anything, right, at the vet. And how cheap is bread? This is so economical, right? And then in case the ducks come to your yard, you throw the bread and run. Okay? Throw the bread, run. The ducks go after the bread. Everybody's safe. What does this say? Oh my gosh! I'm so happy my parents aren't here. Oh, God, forgive me for this. Okay, here we go. So, going into church. Be careful of that crucifix. I know. No, I love God. He's all good. But anyways, so you have to be careful about cross-pollinating with other species. God's not down with that. He's not okay with that. So make sure, neck to knee, when you go to church. There's way too many people in those pews. Right. Okay. So this is also where babies come from. I just want to really explain the biorhythms of this. See, the thing is, there are electrical pulses and currents that go through our bodies. I know, crazy, right? Yeah. But they're there, and they're going. And so when they're going like this, right? And then what color is that? It's mystic. Mystics going like this. Those combine to create the boogie woogie woogie. It kind of goes like this, and then it goes like this. And then before you know it, everybody on the dance floor is pregnant. Time!
Oh, so many get through.
Woo! You got through 8 out of the 12 slides, and I have to say, as someone who makes their living as a birdwatching expert, I found your duck presentation both educational and alarming. Judges, what say you?
I had one really important thought, which is I'm wondering if the server could get me another beer.
Yeah.
Cool. Also, I was really affected by...
Infected?
No, affected.
Oh, good.
Affected by dogs get it through the ears. That's all I have to say. I'm really affected. Dogs should watch out.
Don, I thought you had a great flow throughout the whole presentation. You very rarely got thrown. Also, your presentation was, and I can't believe I'm saying this, completely logical. I had no problem following the through line.
Dogs get it through the ears.
Made complete sense in the context of what you were saying. It had a complete internal logic to it. And I also liked how you opened by saying that pregnancy can happen to a boy or a girl. So, I was very happy with that one.
All right, let's give a warm round of applause to Dawn. If you get pregnant tonight, it's not Dawn's fault. No. All right, our next contestant is one of the few people who does not have a card up at the Bryant Lake Bowl. He is the sexier half of Ferrari McSpeedy. Let's welcome up to the stage, Joe Bozic. B-O-Z-U on here, so I apologize.
No, there's no problem.
All right. So, tell us a little about yourself. What's coming up with Ferrari McSpeedy?
Well, Ferrari McSpeedy currently has a show. I can take a look. Okay, we currently have a show at Huge Theater, 10:30 at night on Fridays. So if you're up, the baby's already put to sleep. It's a pretty fun time. $5 if you want to come see us and the Bearded Men. It's like an hour-long show. Or if you get there early, it's $10. You can see like 3 or 4 or 5 different groups. Boom.
Will they laugh or cry?
They will laugh until we get on stage,
All right.
and then they'll be confused.
Pick your audience member.
All right, here we go. Let's see, this is from Mary Lynn. All right, I like the giggle. Big Bang Theory, according to Elmer Fudd. I guess what we're going with today, Big Bang Theory, according to Elmer Fudd. Fantastic. It's a topic we're all interested in, having both existed and grown up watching cartoons. So let's just start it off with the first slide.
Okay.
Yes, there is a small contingent in the cartoon population that questions the Big Bang Theory. And it's not there's a higher power that brought us into existence. It is more of a theory that can only exist in cartoons. And that theory, monsters doing yoga, brought us here to where we are today. And again, it's only a theory shared by a few. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, they adhere to this. Tasmanian Devil has sort of a side theory to this. It's not yoga, it's just that hot yoga that he's into. But they believe very firmly, swamp creatures, monsters doing yoga, back at least 15, 20 years from that life. Elmer Fudd, no, he does not adhere to this. Next slide, please. Yes. There, and I know Elmer Fudd's theory it takes a lot to comprehend, especially when you have to get past the list. But his theory, Uranus is where we're all from. Some like to call it Uranus, but we all know that's wrong. Uranus is where we are all from. This is the heart of the Elmer Fudd theory. From Uranus, it was at one point inhabited by thespians, actors, true believers in not being themselves. And the idea that we are all wrapped up, that we are all in jail, that it is a penal colony that we exist in. These thespians, this idea occurred to them. They were existing in Uranus, and boom! Life. Next slide. This idea came to Elmer when he was going through his speech therapy classes in school. The more he focused on different vowels of the alphabet, the closer he got to this true belief, the closer he got to this wonderful realization. You can kind of see, I know the coloring's a little bit different from the slide before, but when he was practicing the letter E, you could see that his mind thoughts about Uranus were strong. His mind thoughts about the penal system, not as strong. And his mind thoughts about thespians, no, not so much. But as he went through I, the other I, and oh, you can see how all of these ideas started to ebb and flow. And as he went through each of the vowels, it occurred to him, this is where we came from. Next slide, please. I want to let this play through because I think it's very important that we all. Yes. This. And I forget, how long is this exactly? that we are all indeed from Uranus, that we are all a symptom of it, that the Big Bang happened when thespians realized that we are all in a penal system within Uranus. This is the feeling of nirvana, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Elmer is trying to bring to us. I don't want to, but next slide, please. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to exist here? Summer camp? Do we want to exist where we think everything is great, but in reality, we're all wearing gas masks and there is no color? There's more. There's more. You have to open your minds. You have to free yourself. You have to let Elmer's Big Bang Theory in. Next slide, please. It is awesome. Thank you. So there's a slight distraction, and I need to say this. I need to say this because it's caused a bit of controversy. The body of Albert Einstein has recently been reanimated. So he, the dead corpse of Albert Einstein, can review Elmer Fudd's theory about the Big Bang. And he agrees with a lot of it, ladies and gentlemen. He agrees with a lot of it, but he has added in the Pythagorean Pac-Man theory to it. And I know it's not the original theory. It's not what Elmer Fudd wants us to believe. But this is what happens when you bring science into a religion, right? You get geometry in video games, and is that something we want? Next slide, please. Yes. You are all now true believers. I have granted you that gift. You all know now Elmer Fudd's theory on where we all came from. You know now truly what we are. Audit your market. Easter is coming. Sit around the Easter dinner table this Sunday. If you don't celebrate Easter, go to someone's house where they do. Enjoy an Easter dinner, and when they're just about to cut into that ham, look at them and realize, see if they are Elmer Fudd Big Bang belief. Next slide, please.
Time.
Oh, thank you very much.
You made it through almost all the slides.
Oh, I think it was 8.
8.
Give me a moment.
All right. Well, you didn't quite make it all, but you did an excellent job at the old college track. Judges, what do you have to say for Joe Bozic?
I was deeply moved, actually. I had never realized before that Elmer Fudd was a bodhisattva, and now it just makes complete sense. I really wish you had some CDs of your thoughts with some wolf calls behind you, because I would buy those right now. That was amazing. I love that.
I was startled by how much it reminded me of a TED Talk.
Isn't that what this is?
No. I mean, I think you put that jacket on and you assumed you were at a TED Talk.
It's the jacket gym shoes.
The jacket and that sort of, you were very, very confident, but very calm. You know, you were very Steve Jobsian. It was very good. Except for live, sorry. I also was very deeply moved by using the phrase "mind thoughts." Because not only is it internally redundant, but then you said it 3 or 4 times in a row. And I really felt that I was deeply reminded of where thoughts come from.
We forget so easily.
Yes, it was great. Yeah, I was moved.
All right, thank you.
All right. Excellent job. Let's give them a big hand. Go see him in June Theater.
How many slides was that, Melissa?
I'm sorry,
What was the total on the slides? The
It
tally?
was 8.
Oh.
It was 8. All right. Our final contestant. Will he make it alive through all 12 slides? Our next contestant. He's appeared on NPR. He's appeared possibly on your TV through Riff Tracks or Mystery Science Theater 3000. He also has a comic book project coming. Let's welcome to the stage, Bill Corbett! Salut, Mr. Corbett.
Thank you for pre-plugging my stuff so I don't have to be shameless, but I did bring one up. So thank you, Sharon.
Let's plug this Kickstarter project that you have coming.
Yes, I have a comic book coming out. It's based on, it's called Superpowered Revenge Christmas. It's based on a play I did with Joseph last year through Joking Envelope Company. And a guy named Len Peralta is drawing it. He's incredibly talented. Len Peralta fan there. And I'm also going to be at Wits. I'll be performing Wits with Andy Richter and who's the?
It's Reggie Watts.
Reggie Watts. Thank
I was
you.
going to say the name of the song.
I'm not helping my chances with the judges here.
If I give you money, what do I get?
You get you get the comic book. You also get a lot of. Is this like a trick question?
Yeah,
All right. Sorry, I didn't go with it. I'm really scared about doing this.
You've done it before.
I know, and I sucked.
Pick
All
your
right.
audience member.
Here, would you take that from me? My trembling hand. All right, let's see what I got here. This is from Pam Germ. Sorry. You can understand my confusion, it being spelled exactly like germ. But thank you. How you know you are becoming more and more like your parent? That is chillingly true in my case. All right. Let me just, to show that I'm serious, I'm going to put on my glasses. Indicate seriousness and age. Awesome. Okay, first slide, please. How do you know, ladies and gentlemen, you're becoming too much like mom and dad or whatever you were spawned from, human or wolf? The chances of, well, in my case, this is not really an indicator that I am getting like mom and dad. I mean, that pretty much shows that I was born from different parents, perhaps beatnik poets from the 50s or 60s. But do like go through your story first, make a little inventory of the qualities you possess as a human being. Try to be honest. Are you cool or not? Do you tend to go into parties and go like that and wear dickish 80s movie sunglasses? In which case you are not cool at all. Just self-awareness, self-honesty. There are dangers of being too cool, but you're not there yet. Are your mom and dad too cool? Figure it out, write it down, compare it to you, your coolness, and other qualities of your person. Next slide, please. Yeah, monetization. Your mom and dad, as you know, hump like turtles to produce you. Like turtles. I use that because it is a non-threatening animal to imagine in a sexual way. It's also cumbersome and comical, like your parents, as they had sex. You're thinking about it now, aren't you? Thinking about your dad's hard shell and your mom's... Anyway. Next. Hey, Judge. I get points for that. How do you know if you're becoming like your parents? Well, do your parents, when they go swimming on vacation, do they tend to thrust their posteriors up to the public to see? If you do that, and you look like a duck, and you wear no pants in general like your parents, you might want to give it a little thought. Am I becoming too much like mom and dad? Not enough like mom and dad? Maybe dad has a really nice ass, and it looks good in a public swimming pool. Think about it. As far as dubstep, if your parents are doing dubstep, I am very, very sorry for you. And please don't do that. Next slide, please. Goal-oriented. We're going to let this one play out if it's under 5 minutes. Yes. First of all, are you a dog? And if your parents are dogs, you might have some indication. You're getting into the neighborhood of figuring out if you're like your parents or not. Am I canine? Very simple. Do I tend to chase shit around desks? Like mom and dad? Most of us have seen our mother and father. They're easily fooled parents. You can take that little cat thing with the feather and go like that, and mom and dad will try to bat it, and you can fool them. If you're like that, you're probably like mom and dad. And that looks a lot like my dad, actually. Hey, Dad. Next slide, please. Yeah. How do you know if you are becoming like mom and dad? Well, check if there's a family resemblance. I mean, here we see that, you know, there's quite a bit of family resemblance, except for that guy. Probably not a member of the family, though he will provide a good meal for them. And if your mom and dad have a private air force, and you've tended to accumulate one over the years yourself, then you're probably following a psychological pattern that is deeply ingrained in your family. And try not to nuke your neighbors. Next slide, please. Yes. Negotiation skills. If, like your parents, you tend to handle conflict by pulling a big katana and disemboweling your neighbors. You know, we've all seen mom and dad do that. You know, but the dog next door is barking a little too loud. You've been bullied, and mom and dad goes over and just slices off a limb or two of your neighbors. Am I alone in this experience? Okay, well maybe I have the wrong crowd here. But if you do notice that, and this is a common sight around your household, big gushing buckets of blood, and you find yourself knee deep in it someday, then maybe you are like mom and dad. But I guess not like my mom and dad. All right, please move on. Choose one. Once again, we have the ninja theme for some goddamn reason. But yes, like my parents, who none of your parents are like, I noticed right away when I was 4 years old and I found myself getting a katana onto the Christmas tree that mom and dad kind of wanted me to be like them and, basically mutilate anybody who crosses my path. You're not like that, though. We've established that. So let's talk about fruit. Your mom and dad like fruit and you like fruit, then maybe you're like them. Next slide. Okay, synergy, Synergy is a business term if you are a member of some business organization like Six Sigma or one of those kind of weirdo business cults that Newt Gingrich likes. You may recognize that term. But it also applies to family, too. I mean, how many times have you found yourself in a family vacation where some giant squid is attacking your mom, and dad comes down there looking like the stud muffins that he is with a knife in his teeth and saves mom? If you find yourself doing that a lot, you might be like mom and dad. If you find yourself actually crushing beautiful women to death, you might be more like the squid family there. Consider it. Mom, nice dress. Next slide. Wow, okay. Sorry, I had my Freudian moment and...
You made it through 8 slides. Judges, I'd like to put in a request that we deduct 5 points from Ms. Germ for making me think about my parents having sex.
We'll take 5 points from her, yes.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. I'll just keep presenting here, guys. You better...
I'm sorry if I distracted anyone. I had my iPhone out during the presentation because I wanted to make sure I went to Zazzle and got humped like turtles on a T-shirt as quickly as possible.
Yo!
So look for that. You can buy that right now on PayPal. I thought you had great energy. The glasses were a nice touch.
Thank you.
I'm deeply
Help me see.
I'm deeply ashamed and yet not ashamed that I got you off the turtle slide, and that's all.
Yeah. Thanks for ruining my best bit.
I kind of lost after wondering what my dad's ass looked like underwater. I don't want to turn into my dad, but I know my dad's ass would look really bad in almost any condition. But when you add the natural ripples to the water ripples, I'm wondering how ripply can an ass be? And is that where I'm going?
It might actually distort some of the natural
Kind of
cellulite.
like a Photoshop filter over my dad's ass.
Well, we will ask him about that later,
we
okay?
will.
We'll get on the horn, maybe Skype.
Please stop, both of you. All right, so we can give our judges a few minutes to tally up the points, and so the contestants can have one last chance to screw each other over. I'd like to invite them all back up for a lightning round. So Kelvin, Joe, Don, get your butts back up here. Bonus round. We will start with Dawn. You will do the first slide. You are here, Missy, get back.
Sorry.
And then after you do the first slide, you say next slide and hand the microphone to the next person in line. Feel free to screw each other over. And begin.
This is what you look like in the morning.
That's accurate. That's true. And this is why, because every morning I wake up pondering philosophy. And not just any philosophy, I ponder philosophy that stops my mind thoughts. Mind thoughts like this one. Next slide, please.
You know, they often think about math. Because what else are you going to think about at 6 a.m. and you haven't had your coffee yet? You know, you just start thinking of random numbers, you know, what's the square root of them? What's the cube root? You know, can other aliens on other planets count that high? You know, it's fascinating. It's fascinating to think about math when you're not really awake, because then math is actually fun. Next slide.
Yes, speaking about math and being awake, my solution to every problem, ladies and gentlemen, is a canned, almost meat-like product. Day or night, night or day, awake or asleep, happy or sad, Spam. Suits you just fine. And next slide. This was my commercial.
Because Spam is a fantastic beauty product. A can of Spam right away in the morning. You just smear it on. You know the little jelly that's right on top of that can of Spam when you open it up? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's one of the best skin creams. My sister actually taught me that one time ago. And you know, and if you keep using it, it has a 99.8% success rate. That's what Six Sigma is supposed to be, something like that. And you will actually crank that to 100%.
Of course, if you don't have the jelly top of the Spam, you can always just use pancakes if you really want to have a fresh feeling. But not just any pancakes. You got to spin that shit. And it's going to make you feel great. It's going to make you feel on top of the world. Next slide, please.
Because, you know, if you wake up in the morning and you have a good, solid breakfast with pancakes, you feel like you can win the throne. You feel like you're king of the north. And the king of all of Westeros. That's what you're going to feel like. You know, you've won, everyone else can die. You know, if someone says, hey, here's a horse heart, you'll be like, wait! And you'll chaw that thing down, and you'll be ready for more. I mean, you just cannot overemphasize the importance of a good breakfast. And horse protein. Next slide, please.
Yeah, horse hearts are pretty rich. So if you're chowing one down before breakfast, you might spend a little time in this room. You know, getting rid of some of the horse matter from one orifice or another. Just, you know, if there's a duck in the way, just move him, please. You know, I mean, ducks are the greatest animal, but they don't deserve your poop. They produce plenty on their own. Next slide.
Let me tell you what does deserve your poop. Your opinion deserves your poop. LOL cats, they're awesome. They're great. Yeah, totally fine. Your opinion is poop. Next slide.
Yeah. All right, good. There's something you have to be concerned about, though. If you do go pooping on your own opinions, those pooped upon opinions may come to life. How social are the pooped upon opinions? Very. They will get together like friends. They will come up with projects like polio monkey serums. We don't want that. They will come up with mental hygiene incorporated. We don't want that. So please, if you are pooping on your own opinions, take heed. Bag it. That's my
And while you're formulating those opinions, it's best just to, let your mind wander. Just let it, just come up with some, just spitball, blue sky it. Come up with some fabulous ideas. I mean, you may come up with novel new ways of spelling animal names. Why do we need to be so tied down by spelling conventions and grammar? I mean, it's terrible. It's a no way to start off your day, like getting hemmed in like that. No more boundaries. Next slide, please.
Yeah, you've tried the tiny monkey in the hand. Didn't work out for you. You say, hey, I have a tiny monkey in my hand. Maybe if I spell its name differently, that'll provide me with the satisfaction I'm looking for. No, that didn't work out either. So you're joining a pageant, and the girl next door to you turns into a screaming banshee and steps on your toe. This just tells me that you have to keep searching, ladies and gentlemen. You have to keep searching to find solutions to your problems, and they usually don't involve tiny little monkeys. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Oh.
Did I end the game prematurely? I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Summarize, Don. Okay. So, you don't want to wake up in the morning looking like that. So we have skincare products that are going to help you do that. We've also given you a diet routine that will help you look more beautiful in the morning, as well as exercising your mind with those math problems. Yeah, these are all things that are going to improve your life aside from this beer that I have. In addition to that, creative spelling, pooping on your own opinions, and going into beauty contests. What else could you ask for in life? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I admire Mr. Corbett's tact to try and get this ended sooner. All right, judges.
We have come to an opinion, and we have both pooped on it.
And how?
Bill's duck moving technique was amazing. Do you want to reveal the...
I do. This was an extremely close competition, but we were able to come to a decision. Our champion for this evening is Mr. Bill Corbett. And Bill, who were you presenting for, if I may use that term in mixed company?
Please don't, with all those animal pictures.
Bill, who's your
Oh,
who's
who's
your
the germ lady?
Yeah.
Come get your honey.
I am the champion. Thank you. Thank you for the cool subject.
All right, well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to PowerPoint Karaoke. We will be back next month, first Tuesday, at the Bryant Lake Bowl. Bring your nerds, bring your friends, bring Bozic. Please go see their shows, grab their cards in the back of the Bryant Lake Bowl, and